ReadyAI, and they're going to talk about the WACI and Calypso and AI plus ME.
Thanks for the introduction, John. And I'm Yang, and you just heard Shen talk. We're from ReadyAI based in Pittsburgh. And I'll let Shen start off with our presentation. And feel free to interrupt us when we have 5 minutes left, John.
Yeah, so we would like to share what we have been doing here at ReadyAI to teach students about artificial intelligence. And first, so today we will cover the following topics: the AI and Me book series, the Calypso software that we have been using in our classrooms, and WACI, which stands for World's Artificial Intelligence Competition for Use. And first, I want to talk about our AI and Me book series. This is a project that we started since May 2020. When the pandemic started, many schools started shutting down to contain the spread of the virus. And we see that students are spending more time sitting in front of computers, taking online courses. Our team find it comforting by reading books, so we think it might be meaningful and helpful to create something like picture books for the community. And that's how the AI and Me book series journey began. And we designed and published 5 individual books teaching about the 5 big ideas in AI, which I know that you might already be familiar with, which is perception, representation, reasoning, machine learning, human AI interaction, and societal impact. And later, we turned the 5 individual books into a bundled book that's about 150 pages with examples and fun activities for kids to do. The books are designed for elementary school students, so there are like more pictures than words. And we created a character named Robbie, a robot friend with artificial intelligence. Through storytelling and examples, Robbie introduces ideas about AI. And the book is currently available in different languages. We have an English version, German, and Portuguese version, and we are working on translate it into French, Mandarin, Korean, and Farsi. Here is an example of an unplugged activity that we used in the book. This is a zoo activity that we use to introduce the idea of a decision tree. And in the story, Robbie wants to figure out which new animal the zoo is getting. And students will walk through the steps in a decision tree and help AI learn a new kind of animal by asking questions and finding out the differences between different animals. Here are some of other examples. On the left-hand side, this is an example we use to teach about unsupervised learning. And in this text, we ask the student to categorize a flower and put it into the category that he or she think might be the correct category by looking for patterns. And on the right side, we have an example asking students to think about the potential societal impact. And we ask students to imagine an AI-powered robot working at home and what might the robot be able to help with. We think the books are great tools for teaching in classrooms, and we included it in our after-school programs that we hold online during the past few months. And we have teachers like Annabelle from the Quest Academy who used the books as a complementary material in her own classroom. In addition, we have unplugged lesson plans that we use and designed for different grade students. It could be used together with the books. And if you are interested, you can find these lesson plans at edu.ready.org, and they are all open resources for everyone. You can just simply register a free account on our website. And now I would hand it to
my 5 minutes left.
Okay, I will hand it to my colleague Yan to introduce you about Calypso and WeSi.
Okay, I will try to go fast. So I want to introduce you all to a great tool to teach AI called Calypso. It is a robot intelligence framework developed by Dr. Tresky from CMU, who is chair of AI4K12. I'm sure you're familiar with. It's inspired by Microsoft's Codoo. With Calypso, you can program the robot here on the right, Cosmo, to do AI actions like facial recognition, navigate like a self-driving car. So very advanced AI things that Calypso has made really easy to code with just block coding. So it's great for upper elementary and middle school students to experience AI. There are two ways you can use Calypso. There is Calypso for Cosmo, which runs on the real robot. And also early last year, we also came out with Cloud Calypso, which runs directly in the browser, and that's in simulation mode. And Cloud Calypso is free for you to try at calypsorobotics.com. And even things you code in Cloud Calypso, you can download and use it later to run on the robot too. For those of you who are familiar with Cosmo the robot, you know production of the robot has been halted since 2 years ago, but Cosmo 2.0 is expected in May of this year. I think maybe I'll have time to show a very quick demo of Calypso. So this is Cloud Calypso, which runs in the browser. And you'll see it's all code, it's all block-based coding. And we have a great webcam here is showing my emotion and my face. And here we also have a world map where you can, if you run the program, you'll see the robot be able to navigate. So you can see what the robot is thinking in real time. And here I made a project that the robot would comfort me if he sees me looking sad. Let me just try and refresh this. Maybe we'll come back to this if we have extra time. So how does Calypso teach AI? You saw a little bit of the path planning algorithms and computer vision. There's also real-time speech recognition and speech generation. So you can have a conversation with the virtual robot or the real Cosmo robot. And if you run it on the real robot, the robot has these cubes that he'll navigate to and pick up. So it's really hands-on and kids really enjoy using it. And the last thing I'll leave you with is the World Artificial Intelligence Competition for Youth. So we like to think about this as a great showcase platform for students who have worked in your AI classrooms and they have come up with project ideas. We have been hosting it since 2018, and last year was hosted virtually. The idea of WeSi is really centered around the last fifth idea, societal impact, and any project can participate as long as it has a positive impact focus and it uses AI in some way. And this year, virtually, we've had 120 participants, more than 30% of girls, so there's still work to do on that. We've had everybody from a first grader to a high school senior to participate, so there's quite a range in terms of participants. And also a lot of different kinds of projects, from a vision for positive AI in the future to a hands-on coded implementation of things. So this one you see on the screen was a student made a demo of how you can have a program detect if you're wearing a mask properly. So we can see students are really motivated by what's going on currently and motivated to solve these ongoing issues. And this one is smart hospital. So you see the robot Cosmo, instead of risking infecting a real nurse or a human nurse, the robot would instead take your temperature. And this one was also a really interesting idea of how it's difficult to count votes given the pandemic in the last US election. So what if we can have the robot do the work for us? And other problems in their communities. And this one was a really cool project for recognizing ASL letters. We know that we don't really have ASL to text as a feasible option right now. And there are so few English speakers who speak ASL. Thanks, John. And so I like to point out that this is a great showcase platform for students. They really get motivated by talking about and showing off their projects that they've made, and they get to connect with other participants who have gone through this AI journey. Often maybe they're only the very few students in their schools that are doing AI. And it's a great time for students to practice their teamwork, collaboration skills, and presentation skills. Often we've heard students say that this is the very first time they've presented in front of adults and gotten feedback from industry people and researchers. You can join WACE 2020. We encourage you to come join us. Like I said, the projects, as long as they use AI and have positive impact. And you can also host your own WACE, like these girls participated in the Montour School District WACE in 2019. If you're a school, you can get certified as a WACE host or even a school district. You can go to our website, wace.org, to stay tuned for the date announcement for 2021. And here are just some links. You can find the slides later, so I will leave you with this. Thank you so much. And here's our email as well.